Welcome to this fall season of F.Y.I. I'm your host, Doreen Barnes. Joining me in the studio to talk about the Brockville Museum refurbishing of the Carriage Hall, as well as to bring us up to date as to what else is happening there, is the Community Engagement Officer. I'm talking with Victor Kaczkowski. Victor, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Doreen. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm tickety-boo.
It's so nice to see you again.
And it's nice to see you. Yes, we're actually out. We're able to go outside of our homes now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's what we're counting on people to be doing, to come down and see us.
Which I'm sure they will after they hear what we're going to be talking about today. And one thing right off the bat is Carriage Hall. I understand you've been working tirelessly.
We have been. Despite all the downside of COVID, it's given us some free time to do some major renovations in the building, things we've been had to put off for a little while. So summertime, we took some time. We completely rearranged our Carriage Hall, which is our largest exhibit space and part of the new addition to the museum. New as in 1995, but we still call it new.
Yes.
And the room where the cars used to be, we still have cars, but we're actually telling more of the story of Brockville's commercial and industrial past.
Oh, okay.
So it's changed a little bit. We have more exhibits. We talk about more of the factories that people used to work at in town. I mean, how many people remember Black & Decker and Automatic Electric and so on. So we have artifacts from there, Northern Cables, one of the current plants as well. But we also have some of our cars and the focal piece, the New York Restaurant Cafe, which is, it looks amazing. So I'm just telling everyone, come down to the museum and see this. It looks spectacular.
So you were able to bring the sign in? Because that was a large sign.
It was a very large sign.
Yes.
And the new owners of that restaurant approached us just before COVID broke out and said, hey, you guys, would you like the sign? Of course, we jumped all over it.
Yes.
It's been in storage all this time, but in August, it was brought in and raised up, and a mount was made, and it sits in our Carriage Hall, and it looks absolutely wonderful. We had a couple that came in a couple of weeks ago, and they came in specifically to see it.
Yes.
They told us that they'd got engaged about 41 years ago, and the day they got engaged, the proposed husband took his wife to the New York restaurant for dinner that night. So very
memories.
Personal and immediate memories. Yes.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some other things that are happening down at the museum.
Well, it is September already. We're getting back into our regular swing of things. We've had 2 exhibits open for the last little while. The 200th anniversary of the Recorder and Times is a temporary exhibit. 200 years for a newspaper, that's pretty amazing.
That is.
And also the R.H. Lindsay exhibit, which is outside.
Yes.
And that was an experiment. We thought, how do we get people to come to the museum without coming in when we were actually locked down? So we reproduced some of his watercolors and put them on the outside walls on our patio with some descriptive signs so people can understand what they're seeing.
Exactly.
So that's sitting out there, and that's been a great success.
Oh,
people wander
good.
around, have a look, and then, oh, maybe we'll pop into the museum. Now that you can, yes, pop in, perhaps the wrong term, because you can't literally pop in because you have to book appointments online through the Art Center's website. But it is nice to see visitors again.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. And an outdoor exhibit, like you people, you think outside the box, you really do.
We try.
Well, you do. I mean, during lockdown, I mean, you people down there, you had all kinds of things that were happening online.
We had, when COVID first hit, we had a whole plan in place. There were so many things we could have done just by keeping the staff there and doing online programming. Anyway, over time, we've been able to do some of that. And it's really hard to reach audiences these days because you never know what format to use, but we do have a Facebook page. And on that, Peggy has been doing 2 to 3 minute little segments on the cemetery. She's got a series on architecture. She's done a series on street names. So those clips can be accessed on the Facebook page or on our website as well. There is a link to them through exhibits. so people can see those.
So the talking tea, that was still ongoing, was it not? The talking tea?
Talking tea has been
Yeah.
going on, not in person, but we've gone to an online format for that as well.
Yes.
People have to book an appointment time through the Arts Center, or at least sign up, because it's
Yes.
always the same time.
Right.
2:00 the first Thursday of every month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there will be another one coming up, whatever the first Thursday in October is, which just I cannot remember off the top of my head right now. But yes, that's ongoing, and it's not quite the same. But people are still want to see something. They want to learn things. They want to remember things. And I think especially now.
Well, they're engaged.
Yes,
They're still able to be engaged, but it's a different mode.
That's right.
That's all it is. That's all it
Exactly.
is. So tell us now about, I'm sure you people are working on this because it's always so exciting. Winter is coming, and there's going to be the annual Winter Speaker Series for 2022. You people are working on that now?
We are absolutely working on it. I mean, we're always trying to think up new ideas of who to get to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting next winter. I'm not going to spill the beans yet.
Victor.
But I'll put it this way. The Carriage Hall is now filled with exhibits
Okay.
and signs.
Uh-huh.
And the Carriage Hall is where we used to hold the lecture series. So we do have a new venue for that, and we'll be announcing that sometime soon.
Okay, so that means you're going to be coming back to tell us all about this.
I never get tired of coming back here. You
Good.
know that.
Yeah. So Victor, is there anything else that you would like our viewers to know? Is there something that Peggy has been doing with either some haunted tours or guided tours, or what is there? Is there something else that you want to tell us?
Yes, absolutely. Peggy, who people know as our Education and Information Officer, hosts many of our public programs, and she has revised the Haunted Histories Guided Walk, which we started last year, and that'll be coming up in October. So it's about an hour and 15, an hour and a half, a guided walk around Brockville, where she talks about some of the spookier aspects of Brockville's history.
Ooh.
Again, you have to book in advance.
Mm-hmm.
It's $10 a head.
Yes.
However, she's also willing to do private guided walks as well if you want to book a specific group of people.
Yes.
Space is limited, of course, and that's also bookable. The guided walks are bookable through the Arts Center or a private tour. Contact Peggy directly.
Okay, and of course, masks are required, and again, social distancing is in play.
Yeah, we're still in stage 3 of the provincial guidelines, so we are somewhat limited in terms of capacity.
Yes.
So we're limiting our visitors to single groups of up to 5 every half hour. Bookings have to be made through the Brockville Arts Center website, which there's a link on our website, brockvillemuseum.com, or the Arts Center's website as well. Both very easy to find.
It's always a pleasure to talk with you. You're always coming here. You have interesting things that are taking place at the museum. So thank you.
Thank you.